All right, these are the tools that you're going to need to prep your final medallion piece here. So you're going to need, here's a wire brush to clean your files. Here's a slightly larger file. Here's a couple of smaller files with some different shapes. There's a little bit of steel wool, and of course you're going to need your medallion here as well. So first of all, you want to make sure that your tools are clean. So this wire brush here is used. You can sort of see on the file there's a direction that these teeth go in. You want to try to file or brush this in the direction of those lines, right? So this will clean out any dirt. Also, it will clean up any metal that's inside that file, and it will also sharpen your file just a little bit. And make sure it's good and sharp. So you want to clean up all your files. All right, now the second thing is you're going to get a medallion, and these are, you know, just sort of cheaply manufactured. So it's probably like a punch press. So there's a big sheet of copper, and then there's a die, right, that is the shape of this, and it goes boom, boom, and it punches one out, boom, 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 right? So you're going to find out that on this side, it has kind of a smoothish edge to it here, but on this side, if you run your finger on here, it's a little hard to see in the video, you can sort of see in the reflection there, there's like a sharper edge on this side, right? Also, on this part of the medallion too, this hole here, where it's punched out, you can see it's kind of rough right there. I don't know how close I can get to the camera here. I have it on auto or lock focus. But you can feel it with your finger here once you get your own. So we want to get rid of some of that sharpness here so that it's not cutting us and it just feels a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to take the large file first, and I'm just going to start running it over the thing, and I'm going to try to hold it flat, right? I don't want to hold it on a sideways, or I'm just trying to run it flat here. And I'm just going to take the burrs off here like this. All right, and you can use a smaller file, but the bigger file, or I should say this medium file, is going to be a helpful one. Now you want to be careful. I can see already I'm starting to sand this away. I want to be careful that I don't make this disappear either, right? If you're too heavy-handed with your filing, this is going to make all that disappear. But I'm just doing a quick little thing here to sort of burr the edge here a little bit. Already running my finger on here feels much better. I'm just sort of taking that edge right off, just like that. There we go. On this side, I can do the same, feel it out. I'm going to go this way. There we go. And I'd like it to have a nice edge, I just don't want it to be sharp. I'm sorry for some out there, this noise is probably not the best. Like that. All right, that feels better already. Now I can take my smaller file. I can feel that, feels pretty good. I'm just trying to round that edge a little bit. Just like this. And now you'll see what I'm doing here is your file works best in one direction. Like you don't just want to file back and forth like this. It's not an emery board, like sandpaper. It's like a file that works when you push, it files those pieces off just like that. So that feels much better already. All right, and I'll leave this example out, so if you guys want to see it, you're welcome to. All right, but I'm just sort of cleaning that off. And it's literally taking metal off, so that's what I'm saying is you want to be careful that with that bigger file that you're not like, you know, looking at your medallion saying, hey, where'd my medallion go? Because you did the whole thing there. You can also use a slightly rounder file like this, and I can, you know, it's like being the dentist here a little bit. Just sort of clean this out, both sides. Kind of clean that spot out just like that. All right, so I'm going to fast forward here. I'm going to pretend that that's all sort of done there. I want this to feel a lot smoother like that. That feels pretty good. Okay, and then finally when I'm all done, I can take my steel wool and I'm going to do my edges here like this. And this is amazing, like this will make it feel terrific on the edge, just like that. I'm going to do this at the top up here. It's also shining it a little bit, making it clean. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it down flat. this up here a little bit. And remember, we're gonna buff this when we're done, so the buffing wheel will take care of a lot of that too. I'm just gonna, you can see it sort of takes off that darker copper and it really reveals a bright, shiny piece of copper there like that. Just like that. And again, don't worry too much about the lines on there because we'll buff that out later. But this sandpaper, or I'm sorry, this steel wool is a pretty fine grit steel wool. So it should do a pretty good job of just getting rid of some of those scratches and things that sort of occurred because of the file. A little pressure on there. All right. So this is looking pretty good. All right, then the next step for this, and I'd probably do this a little bit more. I want to get rid of some of these bigger scratches here. But then the next step is to take it to the sink and wash it with a little bit of, warm soapy water. You want to get all the oil and grease off of this thing. And then you're ready to start your design. Remember, you want to blacken the edge of your design here. And then you want to carefully lay out your design here on the coin using that black permanent marker, maybe 2 coats of marker. All right, we'll see you in the next video.